Ever wonder why some people seem to attract wealth effortlessly while other people struggle no matter how hard they work, no matter what they're doing, no matter how many books they read, podcasts they listen to, all the tasks that they do, all the money that they invest? Nothing seems to shift in their lives. And maybe you relate to that person. And then you scroll online and you see strangers or people that you know that seem to be able to manifest money in particular so easily. Now, I always warn you, there's a lot of fantasy marketers out there and a lot of people who are full of shit. I can't vouch for those people, but I can vouch for myself and my receipts and the people who I share with you regularly. And it is really a thing, but there is a code to it. I have been studying, practicing, implementing, and teaching the law of attraction and manifestation for 20 years now. I have studied with top gurus on this topic who also have the receipts. And I have broken down all of this into a formula that's 5 parts. You implement this consistently and you follow it, you will without a doubt see a magnitude of wealth come into your life. The catch is if you don't have the accountability to stick with it, it's not going to work. It'd be like someone giving you an exact customized exercise routine. So what that you paid for it? So what it came from a top expert? So what that it's perfectly proven to work for you if you don't actually take the action and follow through with the workouts, or if you're hitting up like Mickey D's 3 times a week and sabotaging it. So I always like letting you know what the catch is, and that's what it is here. But you can no longer say you don't have the how and you don't have the way because I'm giving it to you in today's episode. What up, my people, my posse, my fellow crazies? It's your host, Tiffany Carter, and this is the show that is going to help you grow your business, your bank account, that big, beautiful brain of yours, your abundance, your relationships, and everything in between. I can't wait to unveil this abundance code to you. But I've got to say this up front. If you do not implement a way to make sure that you stay consistent with this, that you show up when things aren't feeling right, when you're not feeling as abundant, when life pulls you in a multitude of directions, when you don't get the instant gratification and results that your ego wants, this code ain't gonna work. Okay. This will most likely be the last time I mention this, as we already have received quite a few applications. I have 3 spots remaining for the year for my exclusive 2-month business coaching program. And this is to work with me privately for 8 weeks, every single week. I work with people who are starting a business from scratch to people who are looking to scale to the high 6 figures, high 7 figures, and high 8 figures. So I have 2 different levels of this private business coaching program, but we utilize one application to keep it simple because that's what I'm all about teaching. We keep things simple, we keep things fun, we keep things easy because we get to make more and work less. You can apply by swiping up. The link is directly inside the show notes here. And then if you're watching on ProjectME TV, it's in the description. And I just want to say this is the most exclusive top tier way to work with me. So make sure that you're applying only if you're at a spot where you don't want to fuck around anymore. If you're still in toe dipping energy, this is not the move for you. This is truly like an all in game time play. Like we're going for it, we're doing it, it's happening. I'm sick of myself. I've been kicking the can down the road long enough, and I don't want to be in the same spot next year. After these spots are filled, and they could be filled by the time you're listening to this episode, there are no private coaching spots available to work with me until sometime in 2025. So don't procrastinate on this. If this is something that you want to do and you've been wanting to work with me, it's rare that these come open to begin with. Let's start with the first part of this formula, And I did my best to simplify this. If you have follow-up questions and I get enough of those questions, then I will do a part 2 to this episode. So all you have to do is DM me on Instagram or TikTok at ProjectME with Tiffany. You can also reply to any of the emails that I send out, and that's on my Secret Posse weekly digest list. Be on this list, okay? This is not some basic waste your time AI's writing shit to you list. Trust me on this. You will see what you end up getting, and it's exactly what you end up needing at exactly the right time. You want to get on this free list, then all you have to do, again, is swipe up. It's in the show notes, it's in the description on YouTube. It's also in my link in bio on Instagram and TikTok at ProjectME with Tiffany. We're going to start with belief because everything starts with beliefs. And they are the foundation with what you manifest. I have manifested the contrary. I'm sure you have too. I have manifested things in my health that I didn't want, relationships I didn't want, drama I didn't want in my business and in my personal life. And when you really dig back through and you psychoanalyze what the hell is going on here, when I do it with myself, with my clients, with my friends, it all comes back to a belief. And that belief is either manifesting you money or it's repelling you money. So if you believe money is hard to come by, or people aren't buying right now because there's so much turmoil in the world, or my particular specialty is so saturated, or look at the housing market, like the interest rates, then that becomes your reality. If you believe it flows easily, if you believe there's always people buying at any given time of all different demographics and all different specialties, then that in of itself will be true. So I need you to identify and rewire your beliefs that are likely not bringing you abundance. I don't even want to say blocking you, but you know that it's not really serving you. So I need you to make a list of these. What are things that you think regularly that come up? It's almost like if you've ever worked with a nutritionist and they want you to do a food diary, which I fucking loathe doing, you need to do a belief diary. And you don't even have to do it for a week, because 95% of the things that we believe and think are repetitive. This is facts. This is not from my ass. From my ass. I haven't said that in a long time. So you can do it for about 72 hours, and you can put it in your notes app in your phone. It needs to be something that you always have with you. And you'll start seeing, like, it might come up in different phrases, in different ways that you say it, even in different energetic states, but like it bottom line boils down to the same belief. So it could be something like, I need to work harder to earn more. Oh, I'm going to sacrifice time with my kids to do this. Oh, this is going to take so long for this to be able to happen. Oh, I don't have the energy to do this right now. So then you're going to have a list of those, which, like I said, there aren't that many. Likely there's only 2 or 3 at most that are responsible for gunking up your abundance pipe and what's getting in the way. So then I want you to ask yourself, what would be a more empowering thing to actually believe? How about money flows to me in expected and unexpected ways? It gets to be easy now. How about the motto that I have on Team Project Me over here? There's always a fucking way. And in fact, there's always an easier way. And in fact, there's always a way that's even more fun. And because that's our motto, and because we say it all the time, even when we're stressed out and we catch ourselves, we go, you know what? There is always an easier way. And if there's not one that already exists, we can create it. And therefore, that gets to be true. So what is it that you want to be true? That might be an easier way for you to get to the belief that you need to now input and focus on, instead of this old one that's bullshit. You see what I'm saying? All right, let's go to part 2. I'm really, really hoping I keep this simple enough for you guys to implement this. And you can listen to this episode multiple times to have it really sink in. And I am doing something really cool with my Secret Posse Weekly Digest where I am sharing, pulling journal entries from different periods of me growing Project Me with Tiffany Carter, the podcast, to top 5 in 57 countries now. I mean, makes me emotional, like that I get to do this. What a blessing. How beautiful, but it wouldn't have worked if I didn't get out of my own way. I could have a top podcast and be making no money. I recently had someone who is a big mom influencer come to me for private coaching and has probably collective 2 million people in her audience and is making $0. You can have the visibility, you can have the show, you can have the email list, you can have all the things and not be making any money because you're not following this abundance code. One of these areas in your code is broken. And when we're looking at even coding for computers, coding for tech, coding for platforms and apps, we all have experienced when there's a piece of code that's broken, you've got bugs and the thing is janky and it's not working, right? You just have bugs in your abundance code. And some of you, it's just in one of the 5 parts. Some of you, it's in 3 of the 5 parts. And we just need to install the correction, right? The corrective code to fix it because it gets to be simple. Let's not make this harder than it needs to be, unless you want it to be hard. And that's a whole nother episode because some of you are addicted to hard. And those of you who are watching right now on ProjectME TV, I'm very open to the feedback. We are significantly upgrading our video quality over here. I own my part in this. I have this whole new lighting setup, and I can tell that we're getting some weird lighting flares that are going on. And I just want to say thank you for your patience. I was resisting doing a big fancy setup for the show. And that's my own shit. And we're done with it. We are taking it to the next level. You deserve superior quality on video. And I had a belief that it was going to be more work on my end, meaning I was going to have to press more buttons and have multiple cameras going and more of a cumbersome setup over here in order to get that video. And then look what I did with that belief. Because I had that kind of a belief that in order for me to have what I want, it had to be hard, then therefore it was hard. And therefore we had a lot of crappy, visual quality videos going out. And that ultimately certainly doesn't help the show grow to where I know it can be. And I just wanted you to hear an example from my own life. I mean, someone who's been doing this 20 years, we need to make sure we have accountability and people and coaches around us that help us see when we're stuck in our own shit. Otherwise, we'll keep going with that. And the cost just keeps getting higher and higher and higher. And I'm not like excused from this just because I teach it. I'm just as human and unwell and crazy as all of you. And so I have a new commitment to myself, a new commitment to you, my amazing listeners and viewers of the show, a commitment to my team that we are prioritizing getting the video quality of the show to a superior level between now and the end of the year. So there you have it. And it gets to be easy and it gets to be fun and it gets to be simple. And so it is. Part 2 of the code. Energize your actions. This is how you activate the flow. Some of you have like a stale pond of water, and sitting water stinks. Sitting water gets a lot of bugs and mosquitoes. Sitting water is not really a cute look. You get mold, you get all sorts of fungus. We need to have our actions get the ripples going, the movement going. So it's not just what you do, it's how you feel when you do it. So if you're just mustering through, forcing yourself to put out that post, oh, I've got to do a video, I've got to record this, Now I've got to do this. I have so much on my list. Oh my God, my taxes. I have to do taxes again. I hate taxes. This is not helping you. This is making everything so much harder. Operating from a space of joy and excitement and appreciation puts you in a different alignment. It starts getting things moving versus having it be stagnant. I want you to look for ways to make something more fun. Taxes are a great example. Okay. I'm paying taxes constantly. We pay weekly taxes over here. I'm always paying taxes, but I get to always pay taxes because I'm making so much fucking money. Lucky me, when I was making $17,000 a year and I went to Barry at H&R Block, my US listeners know what H&R Block is. It'd be like getting your taxes done basically like at a kiosk in the mall. But they do serve a purpose. There's a purpose that's served there. All I cared about, and we would even brag to each other, oh my God, you got $2,800 back on your taxes. Oh, I got $1,800 back. We would even plan how we would spend the money that we got back on our taxes. It's like looking at how far I've come and that it's an abundance problem is what I call it. I pay a shit ton of money to a CPA firm and a business manager. And then on top of it, I have an executor of my estate helping me manage my money. There's a lot of money I spend to have my money be managed, but I get to do that because I'm rich now. This is a good thing, right? That's a much different way than looking at it versus the government gets all my money. Well, okay. Well, this is going to go on till the end of time. That's not going to change. Start focusing on also more activities that light you up. Like some of you get so focused in on all the have tos that you forget to allow yourself room for your hobbies and things that don't relate to work and trying new things. Like I went this morning to a new Pilates studio, and I was very adverse to going to a new Pilates studio because, quite frankly, I tried two others in town and they were very snobby, and these were not fun people. And I'm not approving of either. And I was like, you know what? I want to try it because not trying it, that's certainly not helping me at all. And I want to experiment with new things and new activities and trying new stuff that has nothing to do with business or work or serving, just out of pure delight. And some of you have forgotten to do that out of the belief that if you're not working and if you're not focusing on making money and you're not busy doing all those activities, then it's not going to happen for you. And that's not true. It's the opposite. I need to have that light within you. I need to have that magnetism that only happens when we're properly rested, when we're pouring into ourselves, when we're delighting in other activities and hobbies and things that make us feel safe and nurtured, and it's fun. When was the last time you had insane laughter with a friend? I feel there's nothing better than to change your energy than laughter, which is why I hopefully make you guys laugh when you listen to this episode, because most of us get really rigid and take ourselves far too seriously, especially when it comes to money, because I get it. There's a stressor. You want what you want it now, bibbity bobbity boo. But you stressing about it more, making it heavier, making it more serious only puts you in more stagnant waters. And if you saw my stank face right now on ProjectME TV on YouTube, you would understand what I'm talking about, even though only the lower quadrant of my face moves at this point. Hashtag Botox. I'm doing upgrades in multiple areas of my life, and this is a bonus thing to add into the abundance code here. Ask yourself, where in your life can I have these upgrades? Whether it's like your coffee setup, it could be even like a reorganization of your fridge. It could be doing like a peel and stick wallpaper in a bathroom. I get very attached to things. So the couch that I had in the beach house, I've had for 15 years. Now, granted, it's a luxurious, custom, down-filled couch, bibbity bobbity boo. It was time for an upgrade. The new couch has arrived. It is elite. Instantly, it has up-leveled the environment. Now, you don't have to go as far as spending thousands and thousands of dollars on a couch, but where can you have upgrades? Even like the cup that you're drinking your water out of daily, perhaps that needs an upgrade. Maybe it's your skincare, but these little things that you do for abundance upgrades that give a little zhuzh to your life, this all amplifies everything. Power statement for you. Every action I take, big or small, amplifies the flow of money into my life. Now, step 3, embody abundance now. So, this is becoming the match. Stop waiting for the money to show up to feel abundant. That is what most of you are doing. I will feel good when. I will feel good once I will feel good as long as. This is setting a contingency plan with the universe. And you are reinforcing, I will only feel great, happy, secure, abundant, luxurious, joyous, free as long as this happens. That is not how this works. You need to act as if it's already here. You need to start. You need to act as the magnet of what you want to attract. So if you're acting scared, down in the dumps, frazzled, just energetically messy all over the place, you're going to end up attracting that. You're going to end up attracting clients who are like that, situations that are like that, bills that are like that. And small shifts like enjoying luxuries within your means, like I just explained to you, from the couch to upgrading a candle to getting new plants in your house, from upgrading even like your cookware, that's going to help amplify this. And also celebrating your wins. That's what puts you in the energetic space of wealth. Really honoring and celebrating how far you've come, the followers that you do have, the people that do engage with your stuff, each and every person on your email list, the clients from the past that you've served, the clients that are on their way, the people that are on their way, all the listeners that are on their way to the show, the millions of people who have not yet heard this special podcast. I am celebrating those people because I know once someone hears this show, they have the feeling of, oh my God, I wish I found this sooner. Where has this been? This is exactly what I've been looking for, and I can't get enough of it. So I want you to create daily rituals that help you embody the emotions of having more. For some of you, it's doing like gratitude journaling, visualization, creating a celebration that you do for every sale or every 10 new followers you get. Maybe you come up with an abundance dance. This is supposed to be fun, people, right? What can you do to celebrate and honor of where you're headed and what you've already achieved? Because then you are the magnetic match for more of that. But you have got to take actions to put yourself there, to think and rely on the fact that I'm just going to wake up and be in this vibe. That's very dangerous. That's not realistic. You have to intentionally do things to put yourself in that space. So here's another power statement. I feel wealthy now, and the world responds to my energy. I feel rich as fuck, and the world responds to my energy. I feel insanely abundant, and therefore I attract insane levels of abundance. You see what I'm saying? Okay. Step 4, release the resistance. Let go in order to receive. Steps 3 and 4 are where most of you shit the bed on this. Okay. That's the part where the most amount of accountability is required. And doing it on your own is not really a great setup for anybody. I don't care if you're the most disciplined, resilient person. You are going to be faced with challenges. Your own ego is going to challenge you. Life is going to challenge you. It's very easy to believe in your faith, whether it's God, it's Buddha, it's Jesus, whatever your thing is. It's easy to believe in those things when things are going your way and life is flowing and it feels easy and I feel so magnetic and abundant. But when you're in the messy middle of manifesting, when you're in the messy middle of building your business and doing things in your life, that is when it feels the hardest to have faith. And so you need to make sure you have things set up so that you keep showing up in this energy and you keep doing this abundance code, even on the shitty days, the shitty weeks, the shitty months, when you're not getting all the external validation. Like I said in the last podcast episode, one of the biggest issues that truly almost all of you have is that you are far too codependent on external factors for you having the belief that what you want to create and the money that you want to have and the lifestyle that you want to have and the legacy that you want to create and the luxuries that you want to obtain, it is so dangerous because your belief is set on something that you don't have full control over, and that it causes an inconsistency, and therefore it'll cause an inconsistency in the money that you make. So the letting go, the law of detachment, holding on to fear, stress, or control over money creates resistance. And true abundance flows when you trust the process and you detach from the outcome. So your action is to stop micromanaging the how and when the money will come. Stop it. You have to stop it. All you can do is your best on any given day. And as long as you are not trying to grow a business from your ass, and you're actually following a proven plan and you're not just showing up, hoping it will work and I'm going to try to figure it out, and you actually are strategically doing the things, then that's all you can do, right? Like, and you have to trust that it's going to come through. Yeah, I know it sucks. You want it to come through now. I want all the inflammation and the excess weight on my body to be gone like yesterday. Okay, I do. But I also have to trust that my body is releasing it in the way it needs to release it in order to best serve me, right? That inflammation and extra weight got there out of a form of self-protection that my sophisticated body had put me in. So I need to appreciate it for doing that. And I need to trust that my body is healing in perfect order and perfect divine timing. And I'm going to be the compliant patient and do my part. And that's all I can do. Me worrying about, fretting about, being annoyed about, being frustrated that my body isn't where I want it to be in the time I want it to be, and is only going to create more cortisol and prevent me from having what I want. So focus on the feeling of abundance, not the fear of lack. You've got to switch back to it. That's why I create those abundance walks for you. And your season of abundance is up now. You can get it in the show notes. You can get it in my link in bio on Instagram and TikTok at ProjectME with Tiffany. And that's also what my emails that I send out are designed to. I literally channel the timing of when those go out and exactly what is being talked about and shared for you to consume in less than 30 seconds to bring you back in an abundant spot. And if you can't click open on those emails and read them, and this does not take much time, like I said, even if you scanned them for 30 seconds, to put your nervous system back into that state of abundance, this will do more for you than you micromanaging the shit out of your business ever will. Because this is when the opportunities will open up when you release the grip. How do you expect to be able to hold on to abundance or even be able to catch abundance with a tightly closed fist where you're pounding it on the table, demanding, where is it? Like a white wailing baby. Where is it? I want it. It's with an open fist that you receive. When you have open palms, like when you go to yoga and you're in Shavasana and you put your hands up and they're open and you allow it in and you allow yourself to receive your power statement. I release control and trust the universe to deliver beyond my wildest expectations. I allow myself to receive money in expected and unexpected ways. I trust in the divine timing. I do my part and I allow the universe to do its part. Look at the universe like an employee. Would you really? None of your asses like being micromanaged. That's why a lot of you don't want to be at your jobby jobs. That's why you started businesses. You guys don't want to have really employees or contract workers that you have to micromanage. You do not like this. Yet you try to micromanage the outcomes that you want in your life, and it doesn't go well. I mean, who wants to be micromanaged? And you're doing it on your abundance, and it's up to you to stop it. Okay, the last part. This is closing the loop, anchoring in to the feeling of appreciation. So, gratitude signals that you're ready to receive more. So, you guys know who've been listening for a while that I have a little bit of a different take on the gratitude thing. When you are appreciative of what that you have right now, of the state that you're in, even if you're in a state that's a shit show, you're in a shit show state for a reason. It's to propel you into action. It's to get you to move. It's to nudge you to do something. My body was screaming at me to the point where I couldn't ignore it. I'm thanking it. I'm making a choice to thank it and being appreciative of it. Thank you for signaling that it was time for me to hire a top expert to deal with what is going in with my body, with my gut, with my cortisol, with my hormones. Thank you for allowing me to know this versus me going, I feel like crap. I'm so tired. This is bullshit. I shouldn't have to do this. This is unfair. I don't like life right now versus thank you. I hear you. I'm going to make a move now as a result of you putting me in this level of discomfort. And thank you for propelling me using pain for me to make a move that I was being resistant to. You see how different that feels? So it's the energy that closes the abundance loop and invites continuous flow and invites more. If you are not appreciative for what you have and where you're at and what you're going through, including the struggle, including the shit, including the highlights, including the lowlights, why would you be signaling that you are someone who can handle more, that you are someone who is ready for more, that you are someone who can hold more space for more abundance? So every time money flows in, even in small amounts, you find a dime, you find a euro, okay? You find 5 pesos. I don't even think 5 pesos exists, 100 pesos. Celebrate it. You find something that signals money. It doesn't have to even be physical money, but someone refers you a client. You have someone who writes you a comment on one of your posts or your videos. You get a compliment from somebody and it's unexpected. You receive great customer service, which feels so rare lately. You find the perfect item at a deal of a price at TJ Maxx. This delights me. This excites me. I'm here for this. I wish you could see my face. You have to go on ProjectME TV on YouTube and subscribe. There's going to be a lot more behind the scenes stuff on there. And you will also be able to see the energetic shifts in my face. And I'm giving you these examples which will help it become undeniable of what I'm teaching you. I want you to express your appreciation for it, anchoring in your belief that you're always supported. I'm always supported. There's abundance all around me. I keep seeing feathers now. And you would think, well, you're at the beach. Of course, you're going to see feathers. There's lots of birds. Honestly, no, I don't see that many feathers around, and I've been seeing a lot lately. And for me, when I see a feather, it symbolizes an angel. It symbolizes someone that I've loved that's passed. And it symbolizes I'm being supported by my angels. And it's like, look, I'm being supported. Something as simple as seeing a feather. The couch that was just delivered. These guys who delivered it were lovely, efficient. They were patient. They waited for my Virgo ass to put the little felt stickers all on the bottom to make sure it didn't scratch the floor. They asked me if I liked where it was positioned. It was top tier white glove service. And I acknowledged it, and I acknowledged it with them. I also acknowledged it when I chose not to sell my other couch, which I very well could have since it was in pristine condition and it was a custom made couch. I chose to give it away to someone who was going to use it and appreciate it. And that owner, the new owner of this couch that I had so much attachment to, he sent me a picture today of it in the living room with two of his kids on it and thanked me. And I was like, that's really fucking cool. That represents money to me. That represents abundance. That's the law of reciprocity. That's paying it forward. So, your power statement, I am grateful for the abundance in my life, and more is always on its way. I'm appreciative of where I'm at right now in my life, and it only gets better from here. So, the formula is belief plus energy plus embodiment plus trust plus gratitude. That equals this beautiful flow, and it bridges the practical with the energetic, is what I do and what I teach when it comes to the law of attraction, allowing you to align with abundance by working with these universal principles rather than you being focused and fixated on the outcomes. Because when you're fully embodied in it, the abundance code ensures that money will flow effortlessly because it's aligned with that delight and that trust and that gratitude. But you've got to set it up so that you stay in this spot. And we are going to close out new members inside my ProjectME Posse business and money coaching membership. And this is designed like a group coaching membership. So we're going to be closing out any new spots in the next couple of days. So I would run and grab those if that's been sitting on your heart. You can go to projectmewithtiffany.com/projectme posse. There's an annual option. There's a monthly option for my commitment phobes. And for those of you who are like, I want the Holy Grail, enough's enough already. I am setting myself up to have everything that I want, and I deserve the support. I want the support. I need the support. Let's go. It's time. I want to work with you and have everything completely customized in the highest level. Like I said, I have 3 remaining spots for 2024, and that's it by the time of doing this recording. My exclusive 2-month private coaching mentorship is by application only to ensure that this is the best fit for us both. So you can swipe up and go inside the show notes to apply. You can also go into the description on YouTube to apply. And I do not add any extra spots. I have a strict boundary where I only take 4 private clients at a time. And this will not open again until sometime in 2025. And I don't know when that will be. So you know where to go to take action. Cheers to your best abundance. Wishing you great health, wealth, and worth as always. Love you.